In today's tutorial, we'll be looking at how to make a basic top without lining. Okay, so if you're a beginner and you're starting your sewing journey, this tutorial will be very helpful for you. So we went ahead to place our pattern paper on our fabric, just like you see me doing the video. If you've not watched the pattern drafting video, please go and watch it. I'll link it up. So after placing it down, we pinned everything together and then we went ahead to cut. For the back pattern, we left an extra 1 inch on the middle, the center back, because of the zipper allowance. Then at the bottom part, we also left 1 inch seam allowance for hemming. Then we went ahead to cut out the sides because we already added our allowance. So now at the armhole, I just left about 1/4 inch at the armhole for the joining. Then we also cut out the neck, and then for the shoulder slope, we left about 1/2 inch for stitching allowance. That's for stitching together. Now after cutting that, I went ahead to cut the front with the front bodies off camera. Okay, just so that this video will not be too long. Now after cutting, I went ahead to remove the pins, and now we're going to transfer our darts to the bodies. So for the transfer of the darts, we'll go ahead and pin it down, pin the fabric down. This fabric is not so stretchy, but then it's very light, so I had to pin it down so it will not shake. So if you're using a very stretchy fabric, you wouldn't need the allowance we left for the zip. Now you go ahead and bring over your pattern paper again and measure out your dart. So we'll be measuring our bust point, our under bust, and our waistline just like we did before. Just mark it out and then we'll go ahead to connect the dart. Please, if you have any questions or you're not clear on what we are doing here, don't forget to drop it in the comments, and do well to subscribe to this channel as well. We are on a beginner series. So after transferring the dart, and one more thing please, if you've not watched the tutorial for the pattern drafting, please do well to do that. Now we'll go ahead and connect straight lines across just like we did for the pattern drafting video, and then we're going to mark out 1 inch for our zipper allowance, and from that 1 inch I'll be marking out our nipple to nipple measurement. Mine is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So go ahead and mark out your nipple to nipple measurement. If you've watched the pattern drafting video, you see understand what I'm doing here. Now we're going to connect our dart legs. Connect your dart legs like you see me doing the video, and after that we'll go ahead and transfer it to the back side, but this time I wouldn't be drafting, I will just use a pin. So if you don't want to draft like this, when you pin down your pattern paper on the fabric, go ahead and use the pin to do just what you see me do here. Now we are going to draft out the dart legs. You see, this time we didn't need to draw again, and that's because we pinned the fabric down together, so everything is okay. So now after drafting our dart legs, I'll go ahead and remove the pins, then we'll take it to the sewing machine and do justice to it. Now I also went ahead to cut out my sleeves. If you've not also seen the video, I'm going to pin it. I'm going to leave the link for you to watch the tutorial on how to draft a sleeve or how to attach a sleeve. So now this is the center front. For the center front, I went ahead to stitch it down because this fabric is a leftover from a dress. I had to restructure a dress to be able to use it. It's an old fabric. So if you're cutting on your own, make sure that your center front is not open. Okay. Now I went ahead to join the shoulder seams. Okay, join the front and back bodies, front side facing each other. Okay, join the shoulder of the front to the back. Don't forget, while cutting, your center front is not supposed to be open. Mine is open because I just used the leftover piece. Now after joining it, you can see what we have here. The shoulder has already been sewn together. You can see what we have for the front and the back. Now we are going to go ahead to hem our neckline. Because we are not using a lining for this, we'll go ahead and hem our neckline with a bias tip. So now I'm going to take the bias tip and I'll sew round the neck. Okay, we'll sew it round the neck. So as you can see, I use the pin here to pin it down. So if you're a total beginner, please pin it all the way to where you're sewing. Now take it to your sewing machine and stitch it by 1/4 inch. Stitch it down by 1/4 inch. You can see what I'm doing here. Stitch it down. After stitching it, this is what you will have. Now go ahead and flip it over, just like you see me doing the video. Turn it over and stitch it down. Make sure you're stitching at the edge. Make sure that your needle is very close to the edge. You can see what I'm doing here. Stitch it all the way around the neckline. This is to ensure that you have a very clean finish. Okay, top stitch it like you see me do. Now after top stitching, you're going to see what we're going to have. We'll have a very clean finish. Please be very gentle if you're a beginner. You don't have to rush it. Now this is what we have after sewing. You can see how neat it is. This is the back and this is the front. It's very neat. Okay, after doing that, we are going to go ahead and attach our sleeve. Please go and watch the sleeve tutorial for the pattern drafting and the tutorial video itself. If you do not know how to draft for your sleeve or attach your sleeve, the video is up on my channel. Do well to check it out. After attaching the sleeves, I'll go ahead and stitch it down by 1 inch allowance. Stitch it down with 1 inch allowance because I left 1 inch allowance. So if you left 2 inches for your own, do well to stitch it down with 2 inches sewing allowance. Now we're going to be stitching it all the way down. Just follow what you see me do in the video and you get it right. I mean, this is a beginner's tutorial. Please do not pull on your fabric. Now we've stitched it down. After stitching it down, this is what we have. I'll go ahead and stitch down the other side as well. So after doing all of that, this is what we have. We're going to go ahead to attach our zip. Because this material is not so stretchy, I'm going to be using a zipper. But if you are using a very stretchy fabric, please do not use a zipper. Okay, now because this is just a tutorial, I'm not going to be using this cloth. It's an old cloth that I just repurposed. Please use a matching zip. I didn't use a matching zip here or a matching thread because I'm not using this dress just for tutorials. Please use a matching zip. Now go ahead and stitch it down. And after that, this is the final look. This is what we have, guys. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you in the next tutorial of our beginner sewing series. Bye, guys.